This is the DJI Power 1000 portable power station. What surprised me most is how confidently it runs real household gear while staying so quiet that I keep forgetting it is on. I think of this as a compact home and field backup unit for people who actually push their power stations beyond phones and flashlights. I count myself in that group. I lean on it for backyard movie nights, weekend camping, and for unexpected outages that hit in the middle of cooking or right when the air gets sticky and hot. If you care about dependable output, fast top-ups, and low noise more than smart app tricks, this fits that role really well. The design looks simple at first, but a few details matter in daily use. The body has a matte finish that resists fingerprints and scuffs, and the shape is subtly rounded so it does not snag on bags or cords when I slide it in and out of a trunk. The handles are thick and shaped so my fingers do not dig into hard edges, which matters when you are moving a little over 32 pounds from the garage to the patio and back. The feet keep it planted. I can tug on a heavy alternating current cable and it does not rock. The ports are spaced so large power bricks do not block each other. The screen is bright enough to read outdoors without squinting and shows exactly what I want to see. Real-time input, output, and an honest hours remaining estimate that updates quickly as loads change. There is no drama here, just a solid, confidence-inspiring build. Setup is basically non-existent. I pulled it out of the box, plugged it into a wall outlet, and watched it ramp straight into a fast charge. From empty, it climbs to around 80% in well under an hour and gets to full in about a bit over an hour. That speed has saved me more than once when I realized bad weather was rolling in, and I only had a short window to prepare. There is no remote app control on the unit I have. Everything is on the screen and with physical buttons, which felt almost old school at first but became a plus because it is dead simple. The fans spin up only when needed, and when they do, they are surprisingly quiet. I measured roughly low 20s decibels at close range, which is softer than my laptop under light load. Overnight, I ran a continuous positive airway pressure machine and kept waking up because I could not hear the station at all. It was still running in the morning, barely warm. Performance is where this machine makes its case. The inverter has the muscle to deliver over 2,000 watts continuously with short bursts beyond that, which means I can run gear that smaller power stations tap out on. My refrigerator with a fussy compressor started cleanly every time during testing. A drip coffee maker at around 1,000 watts was an easy ask. A small portable air conditioner that normally trips mid-tier units kept humming along without weird voltage dips. I even tested an induction cooktop at a modest heat level for a quick skillet lunch during an outage, and the station did not blink. What impressed me is not just the headline number, it is the stability. The output holds steady, the screen tracks consumption accurately, and there is no sense that I am flirting with a hard cutoff unless I am intentionally pushing the limit. Charging behavior is consistent and predictable. Wall charging is blazing fast without a noisy brick on the floor, which keeps clutter down. Solar support is flexible. Out of the box, I can use a pair of panels for a mid-range input that works well for a casual campsite. If I want to chase the higher solar input the company advertises, I do need an extra adapter. That took me a minute to figure out, and I do wish the accessories were clearer and included. Once connected correctly, though, solar tracked nicely on a bright day. Clouds rolled in and I could see the wattage swing up and down in real time on the display, which helped me plan the rest of the afternoon. Port selection leans more practical than maximal. I get 2 alternating current outlets that are the high-quality kind with firm grip, 2 universal serial bus Type-C ports that can fast charge my 16-inch laptop at full speed, 2 universal serial bus type ports for smaller gadgets, and a car-style direct current output for fridges and inflators. On bigger group hangs, I sometimes wish there were more alternating current outlets, because once I am powering a projector and a speaker, I am out of sockets unless I bring a small power strip. For my own typical use, the layout works. The good news is that every port I used performed exactly as labeled, and the Type-C ports really do push enough power to keep a power-hungry workstation happy. Let me walk through a few real scenarios. During a summer storm, the power cut while my refrigerator was already cycling. I rolled the station over, plugged in the fridge, and it kicked on without a hiccup. I had a couple of lights and my router on as well, and the display estimated hours remaining that ended up being almost exactly what I saw in real time. When the grid came back, I topped the station off from the wall before the next cell moved in, and I was back at near full in less than the time it took to make dinner. On a camping weekend, I ran a portable cooler, recharged camera batteries and a drone, and set up a small projector for a movie under the trees. I appreciate that the fans barely whisper in a quiet campsite. People notice the picture and sound, not the power source. A more specific use case for me is drone work. With the optional cables, I can charge my flight batteries for popular DJI drones directly from the station without dragging along a separate inverter or a pile of wall bricks. Out in a field with a couple of panels feeding the station, I can land, plug in a spent drone battery, and get it back to usable faster than my old car inverter setup. When I am chasing light at sunrise, that time matters more than any spec sheet bragging rights. There are a few thoughtful touches that make day-to-day use better. Pass-through power works the way I want, so I can run gear while topping up the battery without worrying about strange behavior. The battery chemistry is lithium iron phosphate, which is the safer, longer-lasting kind. The cycle life rating is measured in the thousands, so I am not babying it. I use it, recharge it, and expect it to keep going for years. The battery management system has been transparent and reassuring. I have never seen odd shutdowns or mysterious resets. Everything is labeled clearly, and the connectors feel tight and premium. I even stood on it once just to see how rigid the shell felt, and it did not creak. There are trade-offs. The weight is real. I can carry it one-handed for a short distance, but if I am crossing a long parking lot or a rocky trail, I feel it. Wheels or a shoulder option would be nice. The port count is lean compared to some rivals, so if I am hosting a tailgate and everyone wants a plug at once, I break out a small power strip. The lack of a phone app is either a non-issue or a mild annoyance depending on the day. I personally ended up liking the simplicity. I press a button, read the screen, and move on. For solar, the extra accessory requirement to hit the higher input ceiling adds cost and a bit of homework. Once set up, though, it is excellent. The bottom line for me is simple. This is a dependable, quiet, and surprisingly compact source of serious power that fits how I actually live and work. If you need a ton of smart features, dozens of ports, or a featherweight shell, this is not that. If you want a station that can carry real loads, charge from the wall in the time it takes to cook a meal, play nice with solar, and quietly handle everything from a continuous positive airway pressure machine at night to a refrigerator during an outage and a portable theater on the weekend. This checks those boxes. Drone folks get an extra bonus with the fast battery charging, which is something I use constantly. I will update specific information about the DJI Power 1000 portable power station in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.